We live, y'all. We lit. It's your boy Cassius Cuvée. We jumping right here. Look, we're in FMX. Prices going up already. But let's just jump right into it. This is the Come Up with Cassius Cuvée every Sunday at noon Pacific time. If you are new here, make sure you subscribe to the channel. Go over everything having to do with the markets, specifically crypto, but we also talk about traditional finance. This is the Bitcoin chart. And I'm your host, Cassius Cuvée. Most of y'all know me by now. I've been trading and been in finance for over 6 years now. Well, so longer than that, 7 years actually. And, longer than that, I've been a hardcore trader for about 7 years. I put it that way, hardcore trading. And, I learned a lot over those years and pretty broad spectrum. Started with stocks first, traditional finance, we call it TradFi. And now I'm into crypto, pretty heavy into crypto. Got my private group, the Profit Circle. So shout out to the private group, the Discord. You know, we in here 7 days a week. The wave maker's been doing their thing as usual. And we're going to go over all of that. I got a big show today. If you guys can hear, I got the song In Real Life in the background. That is, market's ready to open right here. Monday. Oh, man. So, yeah, as you know, the news affects things. But listen, I'm going to teach you how to trade so you don't have to worry about the news. All right? Now, my trading strategies, I know everything from micro, macro, in between, but I like to focus on day trading, and I will tell you why. Because day traders are held accountable in real time, okay? Or short-term swing traders, less than a week, or scalpers. When you're in my group, I got to be honest with you about my trading in real time. We're not coming out here with like these charlatans who, in 6 months, Bitcoin's going to 250,000. I'm not going to do that to you, all right? I'm here to keep it real with you so that way you can protect yourself from getting wrecked. A lot of people lost a lot of money this cycle. If you've been listening to me at the top, you already know. But here we are. Now, I got to call this out right at the beginning. First of all, I got to always say, not financial advice. Nothing I ever say on this show or on this channel is financial advice. I'm showing you guys the markets how I see it. And, you can learn something from my strategies, techniques, or just my general perspective. If you do want to join the Profit Circle, you can get access to it for free. The link is in the description right here. Just join the general chat. And basically, anybody can say anything they want in general chat, but we have a premium side for the verified wave makers. If you become verified, then you get access to the premium channels, which we go over more of the setups and specifics of what we are trading in real time, 7 days a week. Future trade setups here. I've got some in here. It's not just me. There's other traders as well. So make sure you join the Profit Circle because that is where we're going to show you what we're doing in real time. The premium side, become a official wave maker. Also have like bearish tickers, bullish tickers, other things like that in the Profit Circle. Again, we got the wins channel. So people have been winning on the weekend. Shout out Diamond Hands Jackpot. He was in the private group talking about how he normally doesn't trade on the weekends, but this weekend has been good to him. So let's put it back on the general chat here. Make sure you please like the chat. Like the video here, the live stream. Helps me out, the algorithm. Listen, you guys, I don't get much help from the algorithms. Just keeping it real with you. I'm too real for the algorithms. If I came on here and start talking shit about everybody and making a big kerfluffle, then I could. And maybe that day will come because I had it up to here with the charlatans, you feel me? That, I'm the one who keeps it real for you. So listen, I can teach you how to make money, but my passion is to keep you from getting wrecked. Okay, this is a brutal game that we're in, and a lot of people are down a lot right now because they listen to people at the top. But if you listen to me and the people in the wave makers in the Profit Circle, you'll see we were shorting at the top, and I got the P&Ls to prove it. So everybody's been following me. Y'all already know that. You can see them up thousands of %. Trading leverage, right? In FMX, right here in FMX. I want to call this out at the top right now. FMX has now 0%, zero trading fees. See, this is zero trading fees on the precious metals. This is gold. This is my gold long right now. I'm up 146% on only 10x leverage. And there's no fees to trade gold and silver and whatever other precious metals they have on there. There's also zero fees on trading stocks. They have, see right here, stocks. They have NVIDIA, MicroStrategy, Planetaire, Meta. I don't even know that must be Circle, Coinbase, United Health, Robinhood, a bunch of different stocks. So if you have not gotten a chance to try trading stocks on FMX, they got a pretty long list here. And again, zero trading fees. Apple, Tesla, Reddit, Amazon, Google, Baba. There's a lot of them on here. So anyways, that's free now. No, there's no trading fees on that. So make sure you check that out. If you don't want to transfer money from, your trading account for crypto over to your stockbroker, you can just do it right here with the perp contracts. And again, long or short. Another thing I gotta announce, congratulations to the winner of this month's contest, Sessions. He is new to the group. Everybody, welcome Sessions. You've probably seen him in the Profit Circle general chat. He won the contest, which you guys are not participating in enough, but hey, it was up to him, and I'll show you how I know he won the contest, because in the group, you post the proof of where you've been reposting my posts. So the contest was pretty simple, and I post stuff in here that I'm trying to get help with it. The algorithms don't help me. And I don't know if it's just because it's crypto or what, but I really be helping people make money. So appreciate you guys retweet and interact with my social media posts, especially on Facebook too. My Facebook business group is the one that is specifically for trading. It's called Cassius Cuvée Trading. And that's the one that I want you guys to check out on Facebook. But Sesh here, right here, I don't care. And it counts anywhere. If you want to do it on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, or Twitter, or wherever else you do it, just put it in here. That was what the contest was, social repost, all right? Last month, it was Blockchain Cowboy. He was already a verified wave maker, so I just sent him $100. He was a cash winner. He got $101 in USDT. But Sessions, the prize is you get free access to the Profit Circle premium side, which is $99 a month, or you can get it for free, but he's going to get a free month after the first month is up. Sessions here, he put his proof right here, because basically all you got to do is create a FMX account with my invite code, GMMNX5. So I also got to call this out at the beginning of the show that these on the screen, let's make it clear here, these are my referral codes. So I'm a partner with FMX and Breakout Prop. So with FMX, if you use this code GMMNX5 to create an account, it's free to create an account. This is just your trading platform. You can deposit money in there however much you want. And basically that's where I trade crypto. And so you can do that with my code. If you create your account with my code, I'm going to give you free access to the Profit Circle premium site. You get 1 month for free. But listen, man, if you're contributing there, you're calling out setups, you're contributing Wavemaker, I'm going to wave the next month for you. You know what I mean? We definitely like everyone to contribute and help one another out. That's the point of it. Part of the reason that we have the premium sites is to keep out the spam and the scammers and all that kind of stuff. So we definitely want to, keep a clean ship in here. It's traders only. I know we got a lot of stuff going on in the news. You can pretty much say whatever you want in the general chat. But in the market analysis channel, future trades channel, it's just trades only, okay? So no noise in there. So that's why we have the premium side. No one in there going to come in there and shill anything or nothing like that. So run a pretty tight ship here. I got my admin. Make sure you guys, always listen to what my admin says. He's there to look out for us, MZK. And we're going to make sure he's in here somewhere. But basically, he runs polls sometimes and kicks out anybody who's any scammers or anything like that in the general chat. But again, once you get to the premium side, you don't have to worry about that. All right. But yeah, he'll answer any tickets if you need help, anything else like that. So if you use my code for FMX GMMNX5, I may earn a commission. So I want to say that. Same with Breakout Prop. I also trade on Breakout Prop. My discount code for you is GGRF7W. If you purchase a Breakout Prop evaluation, then you can save money on it at checkout with that code right there. And I may earn a commission and it helps the channel. So Breakout Prop is where you can get up to $200,000 now. In the last 2 weeks, I was showing my $200,000 account where you just purchased an evaluation. Let me pull that up. You purchase an evaluation and then they give you this much money to trade with. So it's Classic, Pro, Turbo, 1-step or 2-step. The Classic is only 1-step or 2-step. And then there's Pro and Turbo. And so, for example, Pro here, you get a $200,000 account and it costs you $13.99 or just even $11.99 for a $200,000 account. So I have other videos on that on my YouTube channel that go over all of that. But basically, you'll save money off this price down here if you use my invite code, GGRF7W. So I may earn a commission for that, but it helps me make the channel. If you guys see my YouTube channel, you see I have a lot of tutorial videos that help folks who are new to trading. But this is, I'm going to come back to this in 1 second. 1 second. We've got something fun coming up. But here on my YouTube channel here, shorts, we got videos right here. So this is when I traded $1 million position on Breakout Prop. It shows you how you can do it too. It's basically just $200,000 times 5x leverage, the difference between 1-step, 2-step, different things on here. We got some wrap videos for you and also some strategy here. If you want to try to pass Breakout Prop in one trade, this is one way to do it to make sure you get your money back after you win once. It's like the math behind it. This one here, it explains leverage. That's a great video to watch right there. Definitely want to check that one out. And let's check on the chat real quick. So shout out to the chat. Normally I jump right in the chat right away, but let me jump in the chat real quick. Let me give everybody a chance to get in here. Let's see. So first of all, Blockchain Cowboy in the house. Actually, early on, make sure you guys vote in the Q&A too. It says, how long have you been trading? Comment in the chat. So we got Ant Skull in the house. He was the first one. Kristen in the house. We got Blockchain Cowboy. All set. What's up, all set? And you know what I'm saying? He's one of the day ones rocking with me here. So definitely join the Profit Circle and join the chat, like and subscribe. Now, let's get into how we're going to make some money. And again, shout out to Sess, the winner of the contest. He's going to get free access to the Profit Circle. He's going to get 2 months for free. And if he's active in there, we might just go give him a whole year's subscription. So shout out to Sess. But here we go. Let's see here. Actually, it looks like he might have sent me a message. He's jumping in here. Sess, where you at, man? Where you at? We live. We live, man. Let me tell him right now. We live now. So if there's anybody new joining last night too, and shout out to my homegirl, Kayla Love. She threw a hackathon last night. If you guys follow me on Instagram, you'll see it in my story. And the winner out there. So shout out to the winners. My boy Paul was one of the winners, but also Mrs. Davis. She was actually has a class that she teaches kids about finances and money, because a lot of things, we didn't learn this in school, which is one of the reasons why I do this show in the first place. I wish somebody had taught me this when I was younger. So once I got into finance, I felt like it was my duty to tell everybody else about how the operation works. This whole system that all the world's money is operating on. We need to know about it. And, they kind of keep us ignorant about it on purpose. So, shout out to anybody who's teaching financial literacy and trying to bring awareness to this whole entire system that we can participate in if we knew how. So that's what we're doing here. But let's get into the charts real quick. Here. Oh, I forgot. One more thing before we get into the strategy. I'm still letting everybody join in here. We're going to get into the strategy like the thumbnail says. The winning strategy that, oh my gosh, man, this strategy it's a monster. I swear every single time I do this strategy, it works. And then the only time I ever lose is when I don't do the strategy, okay? I'm not saying there's not other strategies that work, but this one works. It's more of a system than a strategy. And that's the main thing I want to call out. And you'll see what I mean when I explain it to you. But first, one more fun thing that I got to call out, because this is what I've been doing all week here. It's at least the second half of the week. The Let's Go music video was coming soon with me and my man Loudmouth. Now this video is fire. Man, I'm trying to tell you, I don't even need to worry about hyping it too much. You're going to want to watch this video, okay? We filmed it in Miami at the end of last year at Art Basel. Man, all the models, man, all the baddies was in full effect. Loudmouth's first music video, but man, I've been personally making the video myself. I'm editing every little second of it. It's going to be extreme. Don't blink. It's going to be one of those videos. Don't blink. So the Let's Go music video is coming real soon. I am almost done with it. You're not going to want to miss this one. This one is pretty epic right here. All right, looks like we get some more people in the group here. I mean, in the show here. So again, if anybody's new to the show, this is the Come Up with your boy Cassius Cuvée. I do this every Sunday at noon Pacific time on YouTube. And then 7 days a week, I'm in the Profit Circle. That is my Discord group right here. And here we go. So we're going to jump right into it. All right. Now, the first 100 people who view this video, y'all are the ones who are the real winners, right? Like I said, the algorithms don't be helping me. I don't get that many views. But the people who paid attention to me did well this cycle. Okay, you did not get wrecked because we called the top beautifully. So, if you just tap in for 2 minutes, you're probably not gonna get to take advantage of this. This definitely takes time. This is a system that you're gonna want to listen to it all the way through. It's very, very simple. This is not something that you don't got to be a math genius to learn it, but this is for the people who really want to learn how to do this. And I know there's a lot of theories out there, and people have said things to me that I really want you guys to not be afraid to question the quote unquote conventional wisdom in trading. I've been doing this a long time. I've seen every system as far as everything on the price charts, the Fibonacci's and all kind of shit. I'm telling you, that stuff works sometimes. I personally don't want to be in the sometimes business. I want to be in the business where I have a system that protects me anytime my system doesn't work. Okay? So that's what we're going to go over now. And basically, you can do whatever you want, but you're not going to say that markets don't work in trends and streaks. That's just how they work. Now, lucky for us, we have this down here, this indicator down here. So now most of the time, people draw lines up here in the price chart. This is the price chart, and this is the oscillator. Yo, what's up? Session in the house. Congratulations, Sesh, right there. Session won the contest, so congratulations, man. You in this thing, and you're going to get 1 or 2 free months now. You're going to get 2 free months in the Profit Circle. Make sure you post your setups in there or whatever. We might just have to give you a full year. So, man, I'm glad that you won. And just so you know, we just from now on, the contest is for new people only. Make sure you tell everybody that, it's totally free to join the Profit Circle. So here we go. We're looking at Bitcoin right now. This is how the system works, okay? First thing I do is I put it on the 1 hour. Okay, this is the 1 hour time frame. Now listen, if you guys are brand new to trading, you don't know nothing about candles or time frames or anything like that, I keep saying this and I'm going to do it, but I got to have a webinar, which is for brand new people to really like explain the basics of it. But just bear with me for a minute, because then when you come back around and you start learning the basics of trading, this is going to make more sense to you. Okay. But first thing I like to do is zoom in on the one, and I've traded this live the past few weeks on my show. All right. So we're going to do it again. You see everything's falling right now. It's easy to see on breakout profits dipping hard right now. This is Bitcoin. But then again, in FIMEX, I'm in golds, and gold's going up. All right. So you can trade whatever you want. There's a bull market somewhere. But the way you know it is down here. So I've always said that this down here, or since I discovered this, I've said this is the oscillator. This is the cake. This is the frosting. Can you imagine a cake without, can you imagine a cake without frosting? Imagine frosting without a cake, right? What's more important? The cake. This is 80%. This is going to tell me the direction price is going in. This is going to give me some levels on where I might be looking to take profits, okay? But ultimately, without this is just, you got a 50-50 chance of being right. And this is why I'm a firm advocate for asking yourself why. When someone says Fibonacci, someone in the group yesterday or the day before said Fibonacci's run this industry. Why? Who told you that? What is their proof? How long have you been studying it? I've watched all of these people for many years teach me all of this conventional wisdom. And this is how you pull a Fibonacci. It's right over here. All you got to do for retracement is you're going to find a swing wick high, low, and you're going to pick. I just need to debunk this real quick. All right. Just like Bitcoin dominance, I've debunked that several times during the season. And then after I was proven right, and you don't hear anybody talk about it anymore. A Fibonacci is a subjective thing on top of a subjective thing. Okay. Doesn't mean it never works. What it means is, how do you know it works when you need it to work? Okay. First of all, it's subjective that Fibonacci's mean anything at all, right? I don't know who told you that or how that they know, but it's not a guarantee. There's no rule that says nature, charts move in Fibonacci. There's no real reason this has to happen, right? Why is this a thing? That's automatically subjective. But let's say you believe it, right? Let's just say you believe it like gospel, right? Okay. The next part of it is, where do you place it? Okay. That part is for sure subjective. Where do you place the Fibonacci? Am I going to place it here? And not that one. Am I going to place it here and tell myself it's going here? And then it's supposed to go to swing with close high. And then what happens when the guru teaches you this shit and then you place the Fibonacci, it doesn't work. All he goes is, well, you didn't place it in the right place. You know what I'm saying? You didn't do it right. And that's the part that always gets me. I was like, oh, I fucked it up. Okay. And they got you believing that you're the one who's fucking up. When really, man, price got a 50-50 chance going up or down, bruh. Why in the hell does it have to inherently reverse at the golden pocket or at the 0.5 or whatever? There's no real reason it has to do that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I seen Jason Casper use it, but Jason Casper didn't invent it. My man Tom Crown uses it. A lot of people use the Fibonacci's. All I'm saying is, if the shit only works sometimes, I'm cutting it out of my strategy. That's just one example. There is a million examples. The Fibonacci is just one of the things. Elliott waves is another one, right? That it goes like this, then goes like this. And I'm like, okay, and then it's all this pattern trading, and then all this. How the hell do you know that shit? Who says? Why do things have to do what they say? Remember my other favorite one? I'm gonna show one more before I get into the nuts and the bolts of this strategy. Remember the one? Where was it? Let me see here. Remember the one that had the chart this is one of my favorite ones. Because I had all these people who made wrong predictions. I wanted to show them on the show. There's the chart that shows the trading psychology one. Here it is. The psychology chart. It's hidden by my other thing. Hold on one second. Let me hide this one right here. This is my favorite one. I gotta hide this here. This one. Oh no, not that one. The other trading, I gotta hide this one too. The trading psychology chart. This proved to be correct, by the way. This happened. This played out. I was trying to warn everybody. I did warn everybody. So if you listen to me, you saved yourself some money, or hopefully you made some money. But hold on, I want to hide this just so I can show you guys. All these turned out to be correct, by the way. This one. Well, the person who said we're here was correct. But how do you know that they say this works on every time frame too, right? This works on every time frame. How the fuck do you know that? Okay, I'm just saying, how do you know? So I cut out all the noise is my point of even showing you all this stuff. Maybe it does, maybe it doesn't. If it works for you and you got a system, then Godspeed, become rich. But this is why this works down here. So specifically what I'm looking at is the blue waves. This isn't subjective. This doesn't move. I didn't draw this wave. I didn't have to place it on the chart. My human brain and bias does not make this red dot appear or that green dot appear. Does that make sense? There's no this is fixed. I didn't adjust this. I can't fuck it up. You know what I'm saying? This is consistent. You see what I'm saying? And it's not telling me what price, right? And if you guys follow me, you notice I don't give price predictions very often. It's not telling me what level I'm going to take profit or what I'm going to enter. What it is telling me the momentum. And I've known this for years, even before I had this indicator. And by the way, this is Market Cipher down here. And, it's not cheap. It's not, it's not free, but it works. But my strategy that I'm about to show you is so simple. It doesn't require you to know what all of this other stuff is. Okay. I can tell you what they are. These are RSIs, stochastic, and a regular one. This right here is a VWAP, this gold one. This is money flow. The default has it colored in. It kind of blocks the waves. So I colored it out. I just made it the green goes higher and red down. But I'm looking at just the blue waves. Okay. I'm just looking at the blue waves. I'm looking at the blue momentum waves and then the dots that appear on them. Now, what the dots are telling you is when price is going to reverse, okay? Or not, excuse me, let me take it back. Not when price is going to reverse, but it's telling me that the momentum has reversed. So nothing is not a leading indicator in that respect, right? Nothing tells you the future. Nothing is a quote unquote true leading indicator, but it's telling me that this momentum is done going to the upside for now on this time frame, okay? So my whole approach became, after studying this for 16 hours a day for 8 months or whatever, my approach to this was, why am I going to fight this? And here's an old one. This comes from TradFi, from years, probably long before we were born. It says, trade with the trend. You always want to trade with the trend, or the trend is your friend till the end, okay? And the reason that's the case is because human psychology is people usually chasing, oh, it's going up, I better buy. And so I never get FOMO because I'm just watching momentum waves. If I was late to this party on the way up, I'll just wait for the momentum reverse and then I'll short it back down again. Oh, it was, this was dropped. I missed this. I'm not going to try to short right here and catch the bottom. I'm going to wait till this momentum reverses. This indicator is going to tell me, and then I'll ride it back up again. So that's just it in a nutshell. I'll go over to the details of the strategy in 1 second here. But the main point is the price is not what I'm focused on. And all your other TA gurus are always going to draw their lines and they're going to tell you support and resistance. And there is truth to support and resistance. And that's why I said this is 20%, not 0%. I'm going to tell you what support and resistance really means. It's not just lines on a chart, you guys. This is not just a picture, okay? This is not just something we just draw on. This is a representation of buyers and sellers in the market. I can show you on FIMEX, okay? There's an order book over here on the right-hand side. This is the order book, okay? So right now, if you want to, I'll just pull up Bitcoin. The order book is real money changing hands. Okay, this is what people are buying and selling right here. So right now the price of Bitcoin is $65,300. These are all the orders that are looking to sell. If price goes up, they're going to sell. These green ones are looking to buy. If price goes down, they're going to trigger and people are going to buy it all the way down. Now this is my problem with limit orders. Again, conventional wisdom tells people to set limit orders. Number one, you do save money on trading fees. That is a real thing. But think about it for a second. A limit order is by definition not trading with the trend. So you have this great tool, and I love this tool. I just don't use it because it takes me too long to get it set up. But basically, that's like saying, okay, I'm going to set a limit order here. When price gets down to here, I'm going to set a limit order. So that way, I'll show you right here. I'll draw it. If price gets down to here, my buy will trigger, and then I'm hoping that the price will reverse and come back up again. But if it doesn't, it's going to break through here and I'm going to get stopped out. I'm going to lose my money here. But then what happens is it still comes back up again. Right? So what ends up happening is you're trying to catch a falling knife here because so you say, okay, well, maybe, I could just extend my stop loss a little bit farther. And I don't know how many times you end up with a situation where this comes down, it does one of these, and then it comes back. You're like, damn it. Well, next time I'll go farther. And before you know it, you start messing up, right? Well, support and resistance showed me it was supposed to be right here, but really it was right here. And then it should have been down here. You know what I mean? You just keep fighting price chart shit. It's endless. It's endless. You draw enough lines on the chart, something going to bounce off of something. All right. And it always works until it doesn't work anymore, by the way, right? Like this line, 63K, I drew this back here. I mean, it was legit support and resistance. I drew this shit hella long ago. And it bounced off it twice to the penny over here. But one of these days is going to break through, and that'll be the end of that. Do you understand what I'm saying? It'll be the end of this shit. It worked until it didn't work. Okay. And again, I don't want to be in the sometimes business. How the fuck do I know that this is going to go perfectly into my little zone and then turn right back around here? Because the golden pocket told me? The golden pocket. I drew a Fibonacci and it said that was going to happen. Come on, bro. Nobody knows the exact moment that price is going to reverse. And that is the point I'm trying to make. So, but when you trade with the trend, you're not catching it at the exact bottom. You're just trading. So once it goes like this, I'm not enter, starts going like this, like, oh, somewhere between here and here, I noticed momentum started to go up. Why? Because I have this indicator showing me that, and then I'll enter, and then I'll be able to catch it and write it up. So now I'm going to get into the nuts and bolts of this, all right? Because I really want to stress that this is not just lines on a screen. It's an order book. There are people actually buying and actually selling. That's why support and resistance does matter. A lot of money changed hands at 63K. And that's why 63K is a support and resistance zone. So again, this is not 0%. This is 20%. It's legit. This is a real thing right here, right? This was support and resistance. It proved me perfectly. Like I couldn't have been more perfect than that 63K. And this was on Friday, all right? Again, I could have traded off that. You can combine, it's called confluence when you combine multiple ideas. But ultimately, without this showing me something first, I can't trust it. So first, what I do for my strategy, and again, we went over it last week, all the times I traded live doing my strategy, I won the last 2 weeks. We did $1 million position 2 weeks ago. Last week we did, I don't know what it was, 67,000 or something like that. Live traded and it worked. Okay. So, and shout out to the chat. I see you guys getting active in there, but you know, Blockchain Cowboys here, he witnessed it. You know what I'm saying? So, and here we go. Yeah. He's saying one of my favorite lines. I'd rather be rich than right. I don't give a damn if I'm right about this, the price predictions and all this stuff. That don't really make as much money. It makes as much matter to me as my bottom line here. Okay. I want to make money. And that's ultimately what I'm trying to do. So me guessing correctly, all these people want to be fortune tellers. They want to guess correctly. I get to feel right. Fuck all that. I'm trying to get paid. So I'm like, okay, look, what do I know? I know nothing. Let's just start from there. Nobody knows the future. Let's start from there. Okay. What I do know is what's happening in real time. Okay. And in real time, I could see here on the 1 hour chart that price was going up. And that's the indicator. That's what it was doing. This is a fact. Price was going up. However they calculated this, that actually was a thing. And I'll get over here in a minute what these dots mean, right? But the point was, when this candle was falling, somebody guessed right at 63K. I could have been that somebody. It had bounced off of my line, you know? But why take the risk? I could take the risk, in which case I would have had this thing at like this or something, you know, and I would have been perfect, you know, but how often does that really happen? You know what I'm saying? I would have won this one maybe, you know, but I don't know. And again, I don't want to be in the sometimes business. So what I'm doing is I am waiting for this 1 hour to show up, this green dot to print right here on the 1 hour. Once that happens, then I'm going to zoom in on the 10 minute. Because I'm waiting to see, this needed to bounce around down here for a moment. Momentum is just what you think it is. It's momentum. So when this is coming down like this, just bounce right back up again and bounce right back. There's always an ebb and flow. I mean, these are 1 hour candles. So within this 1 hour, each candle is one whole hour, right? So this is several hours right here. Within this price, it could have gone like this. It could have gone like this. It could have gone like this. But the point is, it was done doing this, okay? It took a while before this green dot, so this wave was coming down, but it had to slow down. Eventually, the momentum stopped and reversed. It didn't happen for 4 hours, right? 1, 2, 3, this is 4 hours in. But once this green dot would have came here, okay, enough pain to the downside. If you were going long, that would have been pain. But you have to be patient. I mean, that's the thing about trading. You got to hurry up and wait. And that's the hardest part. People want to rush trades. I rushed a trade. We were trading earlier this week, and I got in early when I saw that pump. And then got stopped out and had to re-enter and short it all the way back down again, which of course worked like a charm. It was this pump here. We were like, God damn, this is doing too much. We had right here was the State of the Union speech. And when speeches and shit pump, it's fake. But there's follow through the next day. See, this was at 1700, that's 5 o'clock my time. And it just, it pumped the next day. And then we were shorting up here in the profit circle. Many of us were shorting up at the top here. We were getting squeezed. I was like, you guys were a little bit early. And I called it out. I talked it through every step of the way too. And I was honest, like, you guys, this is not a good sign for the Bulls right now. I mean, for the Bears. And I was one of the Bears. I'm being honest with you, right? I was like, these trades, I don't know. Because why? I didn't see my momentum dot. I got in early. I went against the strategy. I got in early. I didn't wait for this red dot. which didn't happen until 11. We were at like 9 o'clock or something. We were a couple hours early. And I was like, eh. But basically, the same thing works long or short. This is the long version here. So you wait for this dot to come. Then I zoom into the 10-minute. Okay, so let me see what time this was. Friday at 2 a.m. I got to zoom back here. So now, Friday at 2 a.m. would have been right here. So you can see it would have been this one here, right? And you can see how it was choppy to flat between here and here. Pretty choppy to flat between here and here. But eventually, the 10-minute green dot came. So the first green dot after the 1 hour, when that 1 hour turns green, that's what I would be entering the long. I would go long right here, and then you would have zoomed, we'd be zoomed into the 10-minute, and I'd see this green dot, and I would go in long right here. And what I would do is I would get out, and this 10-minute dot turned red. Oh shit, it's behind the screen. Hold on a second. So if you zoom in here, okay, can you see this down here now? Chat, I'm gonna look at you in 1 second, chat. So you get in right here on this green dot, and then you ride it up until this red dot comes. Now, if you notice, the red dot's not gonna come right at the top of this candle. You're not gonna get a red dot until it thinks momentum has reversed. And so you're gonna have to give back a little bit. But then you get out when you give back a little bit, so that way you don't give back all of it, right? You take your profit. It looks a little more like this. Like this, if this was on, I know this doesn't seem like much, but you can always zoom in, right? On breakout prop, I'm looking at the 1 minute candle on breakout prop. Breakout, this is a 1 minute chart. You see what I'm saying? Like every little move, it can be a lot of money in breakout prop. So now we would come in here, we would get out when this turned red. Then I'm still long now because I have a 1 hour green dot. So my bias is to the upside because the larger time frame is bullish, okay? So now I don't lose my money all the way back down here, these candles, right? I'm waiting for the next green dot to enter, which would be this one. So you enter, it wouldn't be till here, okay? So again, you're not gonna catch the exact bottom, but you don't need that. Now here's the part that sucks. Now we got a red dot here. So now we're kind of like breaking even, you know, and it kind of sucks because you're getting charged trading fees. You're in and out, in and out, in and out here, right? So I'm in and out every time I see that dot though. I'm not playing any games because why? I don't know if this is going to be the big drop that makes me lose all my money. So I just get out before it happens. That's the basic premise of it. But you're in, out. But then before you know it, what happens is you're in, out through these dots right here, right? Kind of sucks because you're just you're trading sideways and you're getting charged trading fees. But the trading fees are not that much. You know, it's just the spread plus the little bit of fees, okay? So what happens is you're eventually going to get in on this green dot right here, and then boom, you're going to catch a big move up. And this move up right here is enough money to make up for all of these little in and outs and then some. This is a big move up, boom. Okay, and you don't get back out until, and then, you know, you might hold it in here. Again, you're going to give back some. You're never at the perfect top, but your net gain is going to be like from here to here. This little bullshit will piss you off, but you don't care. All you care about is winning. All you care about is making money. So that little bullshit, you made it all back in that one big move. And so you're basically in and out. So now, because look, you've been like, man, I didn't make any money on this green candle. Yeah, but look, these red candles came all the way back down again. So you saved yourself this whole run down again until boom, you entered in here again, green. Now we're going up again. And this green dot would have won you money all the way, right? You would have won this all the way. Oops. You would have won this one when this isn't that big of a wave, but you would have run it all the way to here. All the way to here. That's all profit, okay? Now it would have sucked again because you would have got out here and you would have had to get back in here and then out here. But then boom, eventually get in here, catch one up here. Kind of sucks, gave back a little bit, but boom, you caught this one. And here's the thing. It seems like it's annoying because you're in and out, in and out. But when you catch these big ones, it's worth it. Trust me, it's worth it. You make up for all the little ones because what happens is if you were wrong and you try to hold on to a position longer than you thought, you're going to get wrecked. You're going to give it all back. So then so we play that game all the way up here, right? We're in and out all of these candles here, in, out. But when we got to this one, boom, this one here, you get out because why? I guarantee you someone somewhere was staying in this thinking that it was going to go like this again, do how it's been doing here, and then went all the way back down here and they got wrecked. And not like that, you make more money. Like, why give back all this money? You know what I'm saying? You would have got out here, you would have got it up here, but you would have waited. And so when all this came down, you see there's no dots here. All that came down, then boom, you entered again right down here on this candle. And you got the monster up right here. And trust me, on this day, you would be green as hell right now. You would be net positive like a mug. And you would have got out right here, and you wouldn't have taken no more losses. You know what I'm saying? You've been done for the day or whatever, however long you want to do it for. And the main thing is, you have to tell yourself, I'm going to sit down and trade today. And that's why I said at the beginning of the show, for the people who actually watch this, you're going to actually want to pay attention, because this is a system. Like I said, it's not only a strategy, it's a system. It's an aggregate. I'm not fortune telling. I'm not telling you what's about to, I know the price is going to this price. I don't know. How the hell does anybody know that? They wrong all the time, and they claim that, I was playing the probabilities. And meanwhile, I lost my money trying to play your probabilities. Fuck all that. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna do what it tells me in real time. And this is the Cassius Cuvée strategy. I didn't get this from nobody. You know what I'm saying? I mean, obviously, this is what Market Cipher B tells us, Crypto Face tells, but Crypto Face does a whole bunch of other stuff. I'm keeping it simple because also, just so you know, this is scalping. This is what we call scalping. It's multiple trades within a day. You don't even have time to do all the other TA and shit. Like, it takes too long. You know what I'm saying? Like, well, he's drawing this triangle here, and then, he got this other part of the triangle here, and that means the triangle is another triangle. And if you have a triangle, then you know what happens after a triangle. And then you wait hella freaking long, and then all of a sudden the triangle doesn't do what the triangle is supposed to do. I thought the triangle was supposed to shoot up this way, but really the triangle shot down this way, and now we lost our money. You know what I'm saying? Like, on the next one though, and I promise you it works 86% of the time. 86% of the time. I don't know why they always land on 86%, but it's always 86% of the time it works. And it's like, trust me, bro, next time it'll work. I'm not in the trust me, bro business. That's why everybody got freaking wrecked. Okay? And, I hate to say I was right, but I have to say I was right, because I need you people to start unfollowing these charlatans. Okay? I'm serious. Unfollow the charlatans. Okay? They told you some weird ass shit was supposed to happen in 6 months or whatever. If it didn't happen, unfollow them. Got people going on CNBC today talking about Bitcoin going to hit 250K by the end of February, say at the end of every month. Just unfollow them. There is no inherent reason that these people know anything. They are not smarter than you. They are not fortune tellers. Okay? This is why I don't give these outlandish price predictions. I can tell you what's about to happen, like in real time, like the Wile E. Coyote trade. It's a different trading strategy, but it's in real time. Okay, so what is Wile E. Coyote doing? He's standing there on top of, he's standing on the air for a minute before he falls. Okay, so the reason that's called the Wile E. Coyote trade is because it happens more so in the shit coins. And I'll tell you what a shit coin is. So there's Bitcoin, and then there's shit coins. Okay, so basically a shit coin is anything that ain't Bitcoin. Now, other people think that their favorite altcoin is not a shitcoin. My altcoin is not a shitcoin. Everyone else's altcoin is a shitcoin. Yeah, your altcoin's a shitcoin too. But that doesn't really matter. What you call it, if you get emotional over your ticker, that means you're not doing this right. Okay? I got bags I'm married to, but I'm not in love with them anymore. All right? It's just cheaper to keep her. You feel me? So, this is what I'm looking for in a Wile E. Coyote trade. Now, this is an opportunistic trade. Okay? And this is a perfect example. One of my favorite coins to short. There's a lot of them. But this one here, STX, right? Because we did, this was on my list. I did short these ones. I shorted Moondeg, APT. These are my ones I shorted here in the profit circle. You guys saw it in real time. This is what you call a Wile E. Coyote trade, okay? Moondeg, oh my God. This ticker has no business being up this high. Now listen, I get it. Bitcoin was pumping on that day. Everything was pumping on that day. But Moondeg, it's a meme coin, okay? There's no inherent value of this ticker. I know where all roads lead to this ticker. It leads down. I mean, I can show you the monthly chart on this coin, all right? This is the monthly chart on Moondeg, all right? I'm going to show you. This price reached all the way up. You have any idea how high that is? This is the monthly chart. It's never coming back this high again. I have a short still open from up here, okay? It's up like 5,000% right now, all right? Like, this is fake. It's a meme coin. It has no value. It tried to make a squeeze here. Good for it. Came all the way back down again. All right? It's never coming back. That's what happens in crypto. I've been in crypto way too long to have delusions of grandeur. But if we zoom all the way in, it looked like that was a pretty big pump that day. And it was. This was a huge pump this day. And here too. But nothing compared to how high they went. So I know where the trend is. It's going down. Okay? That's the beauty of the shitcoins. The reason why I love shorting shitcoins is because we know what they're going to do, which is go down over long term. So I'm waiting for them to pull a Wile E. Coyote trade setup where it gets way over its skis. You just pick any moment here. This is going up like this, and I'm like, this ticker has no business being up here. And then in real time, we're more zoomed in, and we can see it like hovering up here, right? Look right here. You see, it's hovering up here. It's doing a little dance, It's only a matter of time before this comes back down, though. Same with here. It's only a matter of time. It comes up, especially if you can catch in a real tight squeeze like this one. This is only a matter of time. And so the reason why it's Wile E. Coyote is because I can tell when the rest of the market starts to go down, but then this one hasn't gone down yet. The reason I call it the Wile E. Coyote is because I know it's going to fall. It doesn't know it's going to fall yet. In that little moment of time, in real time, I can see that. And we call them out in the group. You have minutes to respond. So set alerts on the profit circle. You have minutes to respond. I'm going to call it out. I'm looking at some Wile E. Coyote setups. They're coming. I don't know when yet, but they're coming. And then I'm like, ready now. I'm going to tell you in real time. I'm not a fortune teller in the sense that I know what price is going to bounce off. How the hell would I know that? Nobody knows that. Nobody knows that in real time or in the future. In real time, I can see the momentum slowing down. It's slowing down. And then boom, like maybe you don't enter it right on this candle, but that don't matter. You enter it here, you still going to make great money on this drop right here. You see? So you caught this 10-minute wave down, boom, you're good. And it's up to you when you want to take profit. But the main thing is keep yourself from getting wrecked by not fighting the dot. And that's really what it comes down to. If you've been trading a long time, you will know that if you survive long enough, then you won't get wrecked. If you survive long enough, like you did that because you didn't get wrecked, meaning eventually you'll win. You really only got a 50-50 chance. It's going up or it's going down. So we just got to make sure that we don't take any epic losses. And here's the other thing too, what I want to talk about, everyone who does all their strategies on the price charts, but not with the oscillator. First of all, if they don't show me an oscillator, at this point, I just tune them out. I don't really care what strategy they're talking about. If they're not showing me an oscillator. If they got to show me something down here, even if it's just an RSI, they got to show me something. But this is why they make money. So you say, well, okay, all these people talk about Fibonacci. You say, why they make money? I'm going to show you why they make money. A good trader, a prudent trader, exercises risk management. And this is the single most important thing. Okay, it truly is. It says this. When you use this tool, you can see this is a 5-to-1 risk-reward ratio. If I move it down, we'll call it 3-to-1 risk-reward. 3-to-1 is pretty standard. This is not like anything out of the ordinary. A lot of people do a 3-to-1 risk-reward ratio, 2.5, or maybe even a 2-to-1. Some people, if they're conservative, and some people want to go higher. They'll go 5-to-1 or whatever. But this tool shows you the math right here, right? This is 1.9. What they're saying is, I want to make, every time I win, I want to make 3 units. And if I lose, I only lose 1. So it's like a betting strategy, okay? So even if you do pull Fibonacci's and shit or whatever you want to pull that tells you this and this and that, what happens is they have a thing to stop their losses if they're wrong. If they're, what they call it is, if you got your thesis was invalidated, okay? And if your thesis was invalidated, you cut your losses at 1 unit, just this unit here. But when you make your gains, you let it run and you made 3 units. So you can see if I win once, I can lose twice and still be profitable. Okay, does that make sense? So now, if I keep on doing this over and over and over again, in the long run, I should make money unless I keep on losing. You have to lose a lot of times in order for this to not make money. You know what I'm saying? Like it goes like, or then, well, actually, they'll probably do the opposite, right? They made it on the way up, so then they're gonna do it on the way down. Oops, not that one. They're going to do it on the way down. So that one will be like this, right? So they'll be like, okay. So the next one will be, I'll enter here, right? And then the next one will be come back to this one like this. Come on, like this. Enter here, right? And they're going to say like, it's going like this or whatever, right? So, they're going to be like, okay, they did this trade, then they did this trade, then they did this trade. You know what I'm saying? Like that basically. And my point is all they end up doing is the same thing we're doing with the momentum waves down here. That's all they're really doing. That's all they're really doing. When you're exercising good risk management, when you have stop losses, you're just saying, I was wrong, it was invalidated, and momentum is going to carry this lower, so let me cut my losses. But if I'm right, I'm going to let it ride longer because momentum's going up. So they're actually doing the strategy that I'm doing anyways. They just think it's because it's a Fibonacci or some Wyckoff or some other fucking thing. There's a million, literally a million ones. I mean, I even have a whole bunch of stuff up here. You know what I'm saying? That I don't even use. I don't even use this shit. You know what I mean? I'll keep volume on. But I don't even use all this other stuff on here. You got moving averages. I say it bounces off the average. You know, got this one may make it look fancy, so you got stuff on the chart, you know what I mean? All that shit don't really mean shit. You know, ooh, he must know what he's talking about. If you can look at this shit, that shit don't mean shit. It's just in the way. I'm trying to keep it simple. You see what I'm saying? And so basically, when they're putting these stop losses on, they're just admitting that, okay, I was flipping the coin, I thought it was heads, and it went tails, so let me get out before momentum carries it farther down. That's all they're doing. I'm just saying, now that we have a way to measure it, let's go ahead and measure it. We're going to use these momentum waves. Okay, it wants to go long. I can't make it go short. I'm going to have to just trade with the trend. I'm going to ride it all the way up. You know, that's what I'm basically doing. If it wants to go short, I'm going to ride it all the way down. And that's what really matters, is trading with the trend. So all the other stuff is just trying to guess prices. I don't really give you different price predictions that often, because how the fuck would I know? How would anybody know? Anybody who tells you they know is a charlatan, okay? I don't know what they're selling you, but they're selling you something. You feel me? All right, let's get to the chat. Y'all been active in there. Sesh, I see you. We got a Dilder on there. We got Janet Fuka. Is there a way for Americans to get FIMX account? Yes. So FIMX, as a blockchain cowboy is explaining it to you. If you are in a restricted area, you can use a VPN to protect your identity and select a different country if you want to. And FIMX only requires you to have that when you sign up. Now, there's other perks that you get when you use my code, GMM and X5, that you won't get normally. So definitely use my code when you enter your FIMX account, and then you can get set up and going in like 5 minutes. It goes quick. So that's for sure for Janet Fook out there. Then we got, okay, Dillard, BTC grow or down, sir? So Dillard, I am currently we're in a bear market. Now, here's the thing. Bitcoin has seen a lot of pain. It really has. Let me clear off some of this stuff. Bitcoin's seen a lot of pain. So yeah, let's do some macro stuff. So I went over my strategy in the short term. I go over pretty much every week, and that's because it works. And also, the other thing is, guys, you get to sleep at night, okay? When you do the scalping strategy, I'm done for the day. I get to go home and go to sleep. I'm not checking my phone every 5 seconds. Like me personally, I'm going to have to travel next week or this week now in a couple days. I don't have to worry about, oops, just fucked around and deleted my favorite indicator. Okay. I don't have to worry about it, holding things open overnight. That's what I love. Now don't get me wrong, I have my long-term trades. I got my FIMX account here. I'm long on gold right now. Okay. And this has turned out to be a great one, right? I'm up 151% on 10x leverage. So I am holding this one long. I got my bonk giga short that's up 688% right now. But basically, I'm usually short-term trading. And that's where breakout prop comes in, because I don't like to hold anything too long. A breakout prop. Oh, they got me logged out. So one thing I would say about breakout prop is always refresh the page too. But let's look at Bitcoin real quick. We're going to look at some of the macro stuff a little bit larger. So Dillard, here we go. So you wanted to see, oops, come on. You want to see Bitcoin, where do I think it's going to go? So let's start with the weekly. Okay, so just, again, Jesus, look how far down we've come. Up here is where I shorted Ethereum, and I sold Bitcoin at 126,000. As a matter of fact, like, man, I remember that day, because we were going to film the music video. We were going to book the room to get in Miami, and Loudmouth was going to book something for me. He said, give me some Bitcoin. I was like, I just sold some Bitcoin, man. You can just have the money. But anyways, okay, I have a lot of charts. I mean, a lot of lines on this chart, because I'm always I'm zoomed in. I'm short-term trading. So look at this one's gonna be a little bit cleaner. Okay, so this right here was that part that I showed earlier, where people were like, yeah, we are here. Everyone thinking that was going to go higher, like a pullback. That ended up being here, and I ended up being right yet again. So, and we've had a lot of pain in Bitcoin, man. It's been ugly. Sentiment is bad. And don't get me wrong, I still look at sentiment and other things. Now, looks like Dilder, there is a chance that we could get a bounce, and I'm going to tell you why. And if who can guess? Blockchain Cowboy, maybe you can guess. Why might we get a bounce? Here's my hint. This is the weekly chart, okay? And you can kind of tell by looking at it. I can look down here, of course, on Market Cipher B, but you can kind of tell, right? Like this is coming down but it's slowing down. We're not getting these massive candles of downside, right? So that's saying that momentum is slowing down. Nothing goes straight down forever, right? Just like this went up, eventually you get, nothing goes in one direction. Nobody moves in a straight line. Markets don't move in a straight line, right? So it would be nice for the Bitcoin bulls to get a little bit of a relief rally here. But here's the thing. You got to look at the NASDAQ. Bitcoin is not going to rally if the NASDAQ doesn't rally. Okay, it's just as That's been true this whole cycle. NASDAQ's been sideways since it hit its all-time high in November. Sideways chop. Tried to kept bumping its head on all-time highs. And I look at this every morning, you guys. If you guys are in the profit circle, you see every morning, on 5 days a week at least, we're looking at when the NASDAQ opens, because it's open Monday through Friday. I'm like guessing the open, and I've been guessing it right. I mean, who else has been there? Blockchain Capital, you've seen it. Matt, if he's out there, he's seen it. We're looking at the Poly market in Kelchi, or whatever you pronounce, however you pronounce it, where the prediction markets, where you can basically bet on if the price is going to be higher or lower in the next 5 minutes or the next 15 minutes. I'm like, hold on a minute. Like, I never fucked with any of those betting sites before, but I'm like, I'm really good at knowing what's going to happen in the next 5 minutes or 15 minutes, because I'm not predicting some long-term stuff. I'm looking at, like, in the moment what momentum is telling me. And momentum will usually last longer than 5 minutes. You feel me? It'll usually last an hour or something, you know? So, like, I really want to look into that, because, man, I've been predicting, for example, specifically the market open, I've been predicting quite well on stocks. Quite well. You can see it in the charts. I'll be like, man, we're down this much in the pre-market. Odds are we catch a bounce. And sure enough, that's what happened on Friday. And that happened the previous week too. previous days too. So I've been calling them, and I'm like, man, if I get good at that, I can make a signals channel in the profit circle. So that way, you guys can follow it, and we can all make some money like this, So I don't know enough about the products yet. I need to go in there and look at it specifically. What is their betting setup? I've never tried them. I also don't know rules about KYC, and can you withdraw your money, and how do they charge fees? Is there a spread like sports betting? Is there, is it a handicap like points? You know what I'm saying? I don't really know how it works. So that's why I just need to get my hands on it, do some test runs, and then once I know how the operation actually functions, then I can develop a betting strategy to go along with my prediction strategy. And that's the thing that I keep on trying to explain to people. Being right or wrong is not really always, that's not how you make money as much as it is bankroll management and what's an appropriate size bet. Those type of things, how high is your conviction? Those type of things are how you ultimately make more money. It's not so much I was right this time or I was wrong this time. And, they try to encourage people to like double it forever and make $1 million out of $10. But, I'm not really about that. My betting strategy is more like, okay, we bet $100 every time, or we bet $1,000 every time, whatever's your unit, one unit. And I'll just win more than I lose. That'll be good enough for me, But anyways, for Bitcoin, I'm looking at the NASDAQ first. And if the NASDAQ stays flat or down, crypto's going down. But if the NASDAQ wants to have a bounce, Bitcoin's been beaten down pretty badly here, that it's conceivable it gets a bounce. But man, sentiment is bad. All this downward momentum came and got a little bounce after this, finally bottom. This is like that blow off top candles. This is basically like a blow off bottom. And I swear, this does this at every time frame. There's always a blow off top or blow off bottom, because the way markets work is people get FOMO and they get, over exuberant, and it shoots to the upside or shoots to the downside, and then it has a bounce or a reversal, a sharp one. It always happens. It's what we call a scam wick too. They cut out all the shorts and they go long. They cut out all the long and then they dump it. So, that's just how markets work. And this coming down like this, trying to find some consolidation. We're still kind of heading down here though, right? Clearly you can see this has been going down. And a lot of the two TA gurus were like, we're going to catch a bounce right here. And they got a 1 day bounce. And then here we are back down again, and I'm like, you guys, just looking at the price chart is not going to be enough. This is not the most bullish momentum wave here. But why? Because look, the other waves are still pushing down. Now, finally trying to get the 4 day finally caught a green dot here. But look, this is kind of flat though. You know what I mean? It's like it's hard to go long right here, man. I'm not going to say that Bitcoin's going to go straight down again. Gosh, you would think that you could get somewhat of a relief rally, but the people calling for 80K and stuff, 80K, boy, let me show you how far. 80K would have to break so many levels of support and resistance. I'm going to show you on this one because this one has more lines drawn. Because I draw these as I go, and you leave them on the chart because price will revisit there. 80K would have to break through this 71,460, which happens to be the top of this weekly candle. But if you zoom in, I didn't even draw it on the weekly candle. It just happened to be the top of that weekly candle because I was looking at it on another candle, right? So you can see how this is support and resistance. Boom, bounce off here, resistance, boom. It just hasn't gotten above 71,460 yet. Then it would have to get above this. Then this consolidation, like 80K is kind of far, man. For people who want 80K, I just don't see a bounce that big happening. And I'll tell you what, if we do get a big bounce, first of all, I want to know why. Like, how did we get there? Why did we get a bounce? I need to know. If there was a fundamental change, like, you know, we replace, you know, when Chairman Powell gets replaced, and if the new guy comes in, or girl, gal, whoever it is, if they come in and they decide to cut interest rates in half, okay, well, yeah, markets might skyrocket. That's a realistic scenario. So we're in a bear market right now until further notice. So I'm selling rips more than I'm buying dips. And I've been saying this over and over again, and I'm gonna keep saying it because I'm playing the trend. Like what is something this, you would have to break at least above here to start looking like some sort and hold, you know, to start showing. Basically, you'd want to, this is what you'd want to see. And this is, again, this is just the 20% here. I need to see it down here first, but in real time, I should say. But I would say at a minimum, price has got to come like this, retest, and then bounce before we think we're going up, okay? We would need to see a retest and then a bounce off that retest to go higher. I'll know when we get there. As of now, I kind of got to bet on the downside, except I just can't hold anything long term because it's true. I mean, nothing, you know, we caught these big moves, came all the way down. My hunch is that the bottom of this will revisit before we see any break to the upside. That is my hunch. But again, you know, news comes out of nowhere or whatever. So here, look, I had a long right here, actually. You see a long, I wrote it right here, long at 59,850. At some point I had a long, usually it was a long time ago, it was here. I can't remember when exactly it was. But the point is, I think we're going to revisit the bottom of this wick before anything happens. You know why I say that too? Look at the October 10th wick, okay? Oh, and by the way, the perpetuals wick is different. This is the other reason why price charts are bullshit. I can prove it to you right here, right now. Look right here. This is the Bitcoin perpetuals chart on Fimex, okay? This candle, I can just hold it over here. It tells me the low was 80,632. 80,632, okay? If we look on the regular Bitcoin chart, the low of this candle was, let's see here. Where's October 10th? Right here. The low of this candle was 92,929. So the point is, the perpetual contracts went way lower than the spot. And the thing about the spot is that the spot price is like the real price. The perp contracts is what we trade. That can be manipulated. And so basically, you can't trust TA on something that's not a real wick, something that's not a real, not a real drop. I mean, the price action is not real. You would be drawing in two different places. I went over this on previous shows too. Like, let's see, Bitcoin wasn't even as prominent as others, whatever, Pepe, right? One that don't have a million lines. Okay, here we go, right here. Very easy to see, right? This is the October 10th wick, but you see it was on October 6th. You know, we'll do it on the daily chart. So you see on the exact day. Pepe, right? This is October 10th. I call these a standard candle here, right? The standard candle is a term used in space when you're trying to determine how far something is in, a galaxy or star in the distance. Standard candle is something that we know the distance of, and then they measure it beyond that. So I call this a standard candle, but a trading candle. If I want to know if something's been bullish or bearish, I can just go back to October 10th and say, okay, after this manipulation drop happened, what did it do? How high did it bounce? Did it come back a new higher? Did it come down? That's what I'm usually looking at. This one on Pepe came down to 2661 was the bottom of this wick. Or low, actually low up here at the top here. It shows it up here. 2742 was the low of this candle. This is on the perp contract for OKX. Now, if I look up Pepe spot, all right, Pepe spot, right here, doesn't matter who. Well, we can find, let me see if I can find OKX spot right here. Okay, same exchange. Remember, let's see what this was again. This was 2742 was the low. Let's see what it was here. 2785. So not quite as low. Pepe shit the bed pretty bad on both. But basically, the number is not going to be the same. Some of them are significantly lower than others, in which case it shows you that there's a difference in price chart. You need to know which ticker you're doing the TA on. Was it the spot or was it the perp contract? Because that's going to change how you draw your lines to say that there was a trend line or not. Let's see what this was real quick. I know it was a big difference on Bitcoin. I've already showed this on my show before. Anyways, basically the point is, you got to know what ticker you're using, but the price chart can be misleading because of these scam wicks that happen on perp contracts that don't happen on spot. So that's what I'm looking at there when I'm doing TA. Is again, that's why I always trust down here first. So anyway, let's see what the chat's talking about. Blockchain Cowboy. All right, thanks for helping out. Blockchain Cowboy is one of the original wave makers, and he's been helping out a lot of new people. Matt's in the house. What's going on? Tapping in, Matt. I mentioned you earlier because we were talking about the prediction markets and how I've been calling the market open on the stock market correctly. And, next month is today. But I'm traveling this week, and when I get back, I'm probably going to look into actually really trying to do those prediction markets because I can create a signals channel in the group, and we can make some money. I'm real good at predicting what's going to happen in the next 5 minutes. Shit. Because look, for example, all I got to do is look at this right here in Bitcoin. Right? So we got this 10-minute green candle, right? 10-minute dot right here. If I bet in the next 15 minutes that it was going to be higher simply off of this dot right here, we would have won already, right? 20 minutes passed and we're higher. Now, I don't know exactly how it works though. So I want to get in there and get my hands on it, and then I can see how do they actually do the betting? Once I do that, then we'll know what's up. All right, is there anything else? Let me see here. I went over a lot of stuff today, debunked some things here. Basically, the real reason you make money or lose money is because of bankroll management. I don't really care what your strategy is. My strategy has bankroll management built into the strategy itself. You get out when momentum goes against you. That's why it works. That's why you can make a lot of money without taking risk, which is basically the title of this. I got to reiterate again. On Fimex, you can now trade TradFi and precious metals for 0 fees. Look, I'm in this gold long right here, 0 fees. Okay? They don't charge you nothing. And then you can also see right here, stocks, new TradFi, NVIDIA, MicroStrategy, all these, 0 fees. If I click on it, NVIDIA, 0 fees, okay? So that's cool because you don't got to get your money off of, you don't got to be in multiple exchanges. You can have only eggs in one basket. Plus, they're perp contracts. You can use leverage on this if you wanted to. And, everyone tries to, scare you about leverage, but you get to control how much leverage you use. We're not saying if you have $1,000 to your name, you do a $100,000 trade on 100x leverage and $1,000, risk it all. No, you could just put 10x on $100, and now you've got a $1,000 position without risking your full $1,000. That's what that means. Or with breakout prop, anybody can just join. Let me do this real quick. You can, Americans, no problem. You could just get access to it. And basically what happens is you purchase an evaluation. So for example, you could purchase a $200,000 evaluation for $11.99 for $200,000. And remember, you get a discount if you use my code GGRF7W, save some money there. But then when you come to the terminal, you're going to have a lot more money in here to trade with than what you actually spent, right? So this was a $100,000 account. $100,000 cost me, it was a classic, $100,000 cost $1,000, cost $9.99. But in here, I now got 100 grand to trade with. I'm up to 128,000. So that's all Breakout Prop does is they give you leverage, but then they also have 5x leverage built in. And again, I got to call this out. If you've never traded on Breakout Prop before, the leverage takes some getting used to. And that's where this video comes in. I explain how the leverage works. So this is important. Okay, right here. So make sure you guys like the video, share it with people. That's all I got for you today. I usually only go for about an hour. But we covered a lot, man, because I'm just keeping it real with y'all. Now, we're going to have some fun, too. This Let's Go music video is on its way. I mentioned at the beginning of the show. This one right here is going to be a banger. The song is super high energy. Loudmouth is the character. That's my homeboy. He's the only guy more flamboyant than me. I got my Bitcoin piece showing in it. And we out there doing big things in Miami. And it's going to be lit. There's a lot of beautiful women in this video. Let me warn you. A lot. Okay? So if you like beautiful women, this will be some good eye candy. But also the song is a banger. We like to have a lot of fun in real life. If you listen to this instrumental in the background, In Real Life is a song I made about crypto events. It's actually right here. If you never saw this music video, you want to check it out. Oh, they're not. Come on, man. Like they doing hella much on me. Got me clicking the wrong button. Anyways, In Real Life is a music video where I went around all the crypto conferences and met all the influencers for the first time, and I wrote about it in the song In Real Life. And basically, that's what you see in the music video is what I experienced in real time. I thought it was going to show up on here. It's on my home. When you go to my YouTube channel at home, usually it shows up here, but I think because I'm logged into my own, it ain't doing it. Let me see here. Go visit your channel. I think just because I'm on my own channel, but the home video is that one, and that's the song in the background. And basically, this song is kind of like In Real Life Part 2. There's no AI in this video, nothing like that. This is just all real people hanging out loudmouth, doing big things in Miami for Art Basel. So we got that music video coming too. coming soon. It's like 95% done. I'm making it myself. It's lit as fuck. So anyways, man, shout out to the contest winner Sessions in there. We only running that contest for new folks. Help a brother out and share my stuff on social media, and then just go ahead and post it in the Profit Circle. And that way you will get access to the premium side, where we will talk about Discord. I gotta hide some of these. There's too many things open here, but yeah, we are here. That turned out to be correct, didn't it? Psychology chart. People, it's the inkblot test. They say we're people think we're right here, where it says not there. No, we're here. This we're here turned out to be correct, except for that this chart is bullshit to begin with. So, anyways, let me put the Discord back on the top here. Right here, we got social reposts. So if you repost me anything on social media, post it down here. This is for new people only. You get free access to the Profit Circle. All right, and we want to make sure everybody has access. So tell your friends. And share my stuff on Instagram, YouTube, Facebook. Follow my Facebook business page, Cassius Cuvée Trading. That's the one where it's only trading. If you don't like rap music, you don't like my videos, F you. No, I'm just kidding. You could just go to the trading page, and then you're only going to see is technical analysis and things like that. They're going to help you be a better trader. Posting stuff on there every day. Facebook business page. The link is in the description of this video. Join the Profit Circle. It's in the top of the description of this video. And everybody will help you out, welcome you in here. General chat is free. Boom. If you use my referral code for FIMX, GMMNX5, then you get access to all the premium channels over here, which is also free. So right on. Appreciate you guys in the chat holding me down. Let's get Sessions here. Let me see if I can make him a win wrench is what somebody wants to say. How do I make you a admin here on the YouTube channel here? How do I get a wrench next to Session here? Let me see. I click on his name. Go to channel remove. Add as moderator here at the bottom. Standard moderator can review and remove chat messages. All right, so congratulations to Sessions. Now he is a moderator. He won the contest and he's also a moderator. So shout out to Sessions. All right, let's see. How long have you guys been trading? That was the question. Let's end the Q&A. How long have y'all been trading? Let's put that in the chat here real quick. Whoever's out there, how long have you been trading? Put it in the chat. I think the hardest thing, the reason why I asked this question, so Blockchain Cowboy 3 to 4 years, it's easier to fool somebody than it is to convince them they have been fooled. And this is the hardest thing for me as a trading educator, is like all the things that people learn as if it's gospel. To me, like, you're gonna learn, like, we're gonna find out. You know what I'm saying? If your thesis takes 6 months to find out if it worked or not, it's not a real thesis. We're day trading every day, 7 days a week, in and out, scalping. If you want to test your strategy, it should work by the end of the day. Okay? Don't come with this, eventually it'll come back. Hopium is a hell of a drug. But I'm telling you, if you like money, you're not gonna want to drink it. All right? So one thing I'm always do with you is I'm gonna keep it real with y'all. I don't really care. I ain't got nothing to lose. I'm gonna keep it real with y'all. If you want to make money, you need a system that works. Not people are saying, I don't need to hear about, I don't give a fuck what people are saying. You need a system that has bankroll management built into it, which is what mine is. You don't got to use mine, but you better have something like that. This whole, we're playing the probabilities, and this time it just didn't work. It's the nature of the beast. No. I'm not in the sometimes business, right? I'm trying to be in the winner's business. So that's pretty much all I got for y'all today, man. Is to come up with your boy Cassius Cuvée every Sunday at noon Pacific time. And any questions, any tickers, anything like that, you're always going to jump in the chat, engage with me here, and I'm going to engage back with y'all.